You've spent countless agonizing nights and weekends preparing the budget. You finally submit it and promise yourself you'll never be in this situation again. But you said that last year and the year before that. What in the world are you going to do, starting right now, to ensure you work ahead and stay ahead with the budgeting process for the upcoming year? This is the third installment in our series dedicated to demystifying and mastering the budget process. So grab a cup of coffee and let's chat about how you can be proactive in the budgeting journey. I'm Tina Marie Baugh. I have over 25 years of hands-on experience in technology leadership. I aim to provide practical insights so seasoned tech experts turned managers can bridge the gap between their technical prowess and leadership excellence. Are you ready to achieve budgeting zen? Here are 5 steps. In our video, Cracking the Code, we discussed forecasting. I said that forecasts provide real-time insights into whether you're on the right path or need to adjust your current spending. If you want to be prepared for the next fiscal year, regular forecasting can be a major step towards budgeting zen. By regularly monitoring expenses and analyzing historical data, you gain valuable insights that enable you to predict future costs more accurately. This early visibility allows you to start budgeting discussions well in advance, reducing last-minute budgeting stress. For example, if you have the 3-year historical trends for telecommunications spending, the projected forecasts for the current fiscal year, planned expansions, and known cost increases for the coming year, you can statistically project the budget 18 months out. The second step is aligning your IT initiatives with the organization's strategic goals. This provides a clear roadmap for your budget. It ensures that your budgeting efforts are closely tied to what matters most to the company. When your projects have a strategic alignment, senior leaders are more likely to support your budget requests, making the process smoother and less stressful. So, how do you do this? Collaboration is essential. Working closely with other departments to understand their technology needs ensures your budget aligns with the broader organizational goals. This reduces the stress of dealing with conflicts or redundant spending requests, as everything is synchronized for the greater good of the company. You need to be able to state that you've met with key stakeholders and have their support for various budget entries. Now let's talk about the third step, vendor relationships. Building strong vendor relationships can be a game changer in budgeting. When you have positive relationships with technology vendors, you're in a better position to negotiate favorable terms, discounts, and access to exclusive programs. You probably have good negotiation power if your organization spends millions each year with a vendor. But if your organization does not spend like a Fortune 500 company, the way to access favorable deals is through relationship building. Positive relationships are built on trust. Some key indicators that the rapport with your critical vendor partners is in good shape are that you can easily reach out for clarifications or discussions and quickly get a response. The vendor consistently meets or exceeds contract terms and delivers on time. And there is mutual respect where you value each other's input. Having a positive relationship not only saves money, but also makes the budget process less stressful, knowing you have vendor support. Additionally, these relationships can help you identify cost optimization opportunities with your vendor contracts. For example, with a strong vendor relationship, utilization and optimization audits are offered on a regular basis. Think about software licensing, cloud services, and platform as a service agreements. Without vendor collaboration, these costs can balloon. With critical vendor partners, we often have monthly and quarterly business reviews. When it comes to the budget, regular meetings and setting expectations for proposals with vendors well in advance of our deadlines are key. Let's look at an example budget timeline. In this sample, the new fiscal year starts in January. By October 1st, the entire company's budget is due. Your boss wants your budget by September 1st, so the two of you have time to adjust before the October 1st deadline. Now, what deadline do you set for you and your team? How about for your vendors? When do you tell your critical vendor what pricing you need and by when? To answer these questions, we need to work backwards. For me, it would look something like this. My team and I target to be 100% done by August 15th. We need 2 weeks to review and finalize numbers together. So this means my team members need their data collected and into our agreed format by August 1st. In order to have all the data they need by then, we meet with critical vendors to discuss the next fiscal year, budget requests we plan to make, and quotes we need between June 16th and June 30th. This means my team and I need to know what we want to achieve in the coming budget year, solutions we want to propose to purchase, and vendors we need to engage by June 1st. This seems very far ahead of October 1st, doesn't it? When we start the budgeting process in June, we are calm and not rushed by the time September rolls around. In September, we are in budgeting zen, while others are in budgeting chaos. So how do we know which vendors we need to talk with and our plans for the next year? The key is our fourth step, which is to keep a continual improvement log. This is a simple document of all the ideas everyone has that you would like to undertake at some point. It's created once and updated continuously over time. Get the team to put some context around each idea, such as work effort hours, vendors, and cost estimates. You need enough information so that when it's time to develop next year's budget, you and your leaders can quickly review the list and make decisions. It's very difficult to remember all the great ideas from an entire year within just a few hours. The fifth and final step to finding peace amidst the numbers is scenario planning. This is playing the what if game. By preparing for various financial situations, you can quickly adapt to changing circumstances without scrambling at the last minute. What are some common scenarios for which IT leaders should prepare? They include keeping the budget the same as last year. This is commonly referred to as staying flat. Cutting by 5% or 10%. Cutting half or all contracting costs. Regulatory changes. If there is a regulatory change that might be enacted in the coming year, the costs and impact should be well defined so the organization can choose to address it in the coming year or defer it. System end-of-life situations. Your budget options should include the scenario for replacing an end-of-life solution and the option to keep it on life support for another year. Remember, there is always more than one option when it comes to these situations. The business needs to understand the costs and the risks. You are the technical expert and leader. Explain the costs and risks of the options in business terms. This proactive approach reduces stress during budget planning. And as you and your team have already calmly thought through situations, developed options, costs, benefits, and risks, you allow the business to make informed decisions quickly. So, 5 steps to not only streamline the budgeting process, but to embrace it with Zen-like calm. Forecasting, strategic goal alignment, vendor relationships, continual improvement, and scenario planning. Remember, mastering budgeting is a key step on your journey to becoming a successful technology leader. If you'd like to dive deeper into any of these topics, please let me know by commenting below. Remember to subscribe by clicking the TLD logo and check out these other learning videos. And as always, let's keep learning and growing together. I'll see you next time.